Hello friends, welcome back to Technique, and today we'll be doing yet another camera comparison of two flagship devices. We have the newly launched OnePlus 12 with a really good camera setup, and we have the legendary Vivo's X series, and this is the Vivo X100. So both these devices are priced between the 60 to 70,000 price segment. Now the Vivo also has Vivo X100 Pro that's priced again more, but in this video we'll be comparing these two devices. They're similarly priced. There are a lot of similarities in the hardware as well and the camera setup too. So let's see which of these cameras are better in this price segment. So we have also done the speed test comparison of these two devices, the Dimensity 9300 and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. So in case you have not watched that, do check out our channel for that video. So let's go straight into the camera comparison of these two devices, the OnePlus 12 and the Vivo X100. So before that, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So before going into the camera samples, let's quickly have a look at the camera hardware. So let's first have a look at the OnePlus 12. Now the OnePlus 12 comes with a primary 50 megapixel sensor. It's a Sony Light 808 sensor with f1.6 aperture, and then you get optical image stabilization included, and the secondary camera is a Sony IMX581 ultra wide sensor, which is a 48 megapixel shooter with f2.2 aperture, and you have a third periscope telephoto lens. It's an OmniVision 64B sensor with 3x optical zoom, and OIS is also included, and you get f2.6 aperture. Now the front camera, you get a 32 megapixel Sony IMX615 sensor with f2.4 aperture. So that's the camera hardware of the OnePlus 12. Now next let's have a look at the camera hardware of the Vivo X100. Now the Vivo X100 comes with a primary 50 megapixel sensor, which is again Sony's IMX 920 sensor with a VCS Bionic spectrum, and it has an aperture of f1.57 and optical image stabilization is included. Then you get a 50 megapixel super wide angle camera. It's f2.0 aperture, and then finally you have a 64 megapixel Zeiss telephoto camera, which is capable of 100x digital zoom, f2.54 aperture, and optical image stabilization is also included. The front camera is a 32 megapixel f2.0 aperture camera. So that's the camera hardware of these two devices. Let's go straight into the camera samples to see which performs better. So first let's have a look at the daylight captures. Now looking at the daylight captures of these two devices, one thing what you notice is that the colors are a bit richer or kind of saturated on the Vivo X100. Vivo's algorithm tends to make the sky colors especially a bit boosted, but you can see that the dynamic range is definitely better on the Vivo X100. Also the Vivo X100 photos are a bit more sharper and more detailed than the OnePlus 12. So we definitely like the quality of the Vivo X100 in terms of dynamic range, sharpness levels and detailing, but colors seem slightly better on the OnePlus 12. But you can always go with the Zeiss color option, which makes it better on the Vivo X100. But having a look at some of the other images, you can see that Vivo's algorithm also works pretty well, but then when there is a bit of sky, Vivo tends to saturate a bit. Now the ultra wide angle camera has very similar color reproduction and very similar detailing. The dynamic range also looks quite good on both the devices. So in terms of ultra wide angle camera, I would say both did an excellent job. Both are very similar in terms of detailing, sharpness levels and quality. So here we don't see any winner in terms of the ultra wide angle camera. Now moving on to the telephoto lens, once again both the devices produces very similar results. Again the sky colors are quite good, pretty much natural, but you can see that overall color tone was better on the Vivo X100, and also the dynamic range was slightly better on the Vivo X100. The OnePlus 12 is also pretty good in terms of telephoto lens. Both have the 64 megapixel OmniVision sensor, but here I would say Vivo did better. Now looking at the close-up shots, once again you can see that the images have almost natural, or rather the natural look on Vivo X100, while the OnePlus images were slightly brighter overall. But if you look at the color quality here, you would say both did a really good job, almost very similar in terms of color experience. Now there is a macro sensor on both the devices, or rather the macro photography. Here I would say Vivo did better with the bokeh effect. It has great details. The OnePlus also has great details, but probably I would pick the Vivo X100 here in terms of macro photography. Now let's move on to the portraits. Now this is one area where Vivo does a really impressive job. Portraits are one of the strong points of Vivo's X100 portfolio with the Zeiss optics, and there are plenty of options available as well. You can play around with the Zeiss, the Biotar portraits, and a lot of other portrait options are there. So it's a versatile camera in terms of portraits, and I would clearly say that in terms of portrait photography, Vivo is definitely the winner here. The OnePlus is not bad, but some areas OnePlus edge detection was not that great, and also the sharpness levels are not that great. But Vivo maintained excellent portrait quality throughout both the primary as well as the telephoto lens. So here I would pick the Vivo X100. Now moving on to the low light conditions. Once again you can see that the sky colors are a bit boosted on Vivo X100. That's typical of Vivo's algorithm. While OnePlus 12 retains more or less natural color tone and true to the sky colors, but overall detailing and color quality, or rather the dynamic range, was slightly better on the Vivo X100. Now the telephoto lens also was pretty similar experience. Vivo was slightly brighter, but the sky colors were more natural on the OnePlus 12. So overall I would say both did a pretty good job. Now the ultra wide angle camera can also shoot really good low light captures. Here I would say the Vivo did better. Even though the sky colors were richer, it had better details and sharpness level. Now moving on to the selfie camera, here I would say both did a really good job. Both are quite similar, but one thing that differentiates is the skin tones. Vivo did produce slightly better overall skin tones. OnePlus isn't bad by any means, but it's slightly brighter, and also in portrait selfies I would say Vivo did a better job with the edge detection and also the background blur effect. So once again selfies, probably I would say Vivo did slightly better. Let's move on to the video recording. Here we can see that once again the colors are a bit richer, especially the sky tones are a bit richer on the Vivo X100, which is typical of Vivo. Here you can also see that the details and sharpness levels are also very impressive on the Vivo X100. OnePlus also did a quite good job. Both can record videos in 4K 60 FPS as well as 1080p 60 FPS, and we can see that the color quality and the detailing looks very similar across all the format. Vivo has a tendency to slightly saturate the sky colors, while OnePlus did a quite good job overall in terms of color reproduction. Now both have a great stabilization available. Here is the ultra wide angle camera. Once again you can record in 4K 60 FPS. They are pretty similar as well. Now there is also a 4K 60 FPS using the telephoto lens. Here I would say Vivo did a slightly better job overall, especially in terms of details and sharpness levels. While OnePlus was not that impressive, the telephoto lens was better with the Vivo X100. The stabilization was also better on the Vivo X100 when compared to the OnePlus 12. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the OnePlus 12. It can record videos in 4K 30 FPS. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the video. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Vivo X100. You can record videos only in 1080p at 60 fps. There is no 4K support, and you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the videos and also the audio output. So that is the camera comparison of both these devices. So which one should you buy? If you ask me that question, probably I would pick the Vivo X100. Although the Vivo X100 has a slightly richer tone and slight saturation issues with the primary camera, especially the sky colors. But overall, if you look at the camera quality and the versatility of the images and also the portrait, I would personally pick the Vivo X100. And mind you, the OnePlus 12 is no bad here. It's a really capable camera, and since both are priced similarly, and if you're looking more for a camera centric smartphone, then probably my pick would be Vivo X100. It is definitely better in terms of the portrait experience, the low light sharpness levels. The primary camera also had better sharpness and detailing on the Vivo X100, and the only issue with the Vivo X100 I personally felt was the sky tones, which was kind of saturated most of the time. It's slightly bluish or tend to be a bit more bluish in nature, but again you can fine tune it with the natural color tone available on the Vivo X100. So as a whole, both the cameras are equally capable. Both will not disappoint you, but if I were to pick one, that would be the Vivo X100 for its versatile camera setup and the Zeiss optics available. So that was my camera comparison of these two devices. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see see you in our next video. Have a great day.